Hey everyone, welcome back. It's time to put your skills to the test with the latest GoSkills Excel challenge. Joining us today is Microsoft trainer Deborah Ashby. Check out her challenge coming up right now.
Hello everyone, are you ready for a new Excel challenge? Let's take a look at the scenario. Now this month's challenge involves us practicing a number of different skills. And the scenario that we have here is that we are an inbound call agent. And it's our job to take calls from customers and direct them to the correct advisor. And we do that by looking up their last name. So you can see over here in cell C6, I've typed in a last name and it's returned in the table to the right, all of the customers that have that last name. Once we have this information, we can then get them to confirm their first name and the last 4 digits of their credit card, and we can then forward their call onto the correct advisor. And you'll see that this is dynamic, so if I was to change the name in here, so let's change it to Carter, you can see that updates and we have 4 customers all with the surname Carter. Once again, we can confirm their first name, last 4 digits to make sure we have the correct customer and direct them to the correct advisor. So it's our job to set this up in the background because what we have here are customers straddled across 2 different worksheets. Notice here we have customers 1 and then we have another spreadsheet called customers 2. So we have half of our customers listed on this worksheet and half listed on this worksheet. So our task in a moment is going to be to combine both of these data sets. However, before we get to that, there is something else that I'd like you to do. Notice on both the customer 1 and the customer 2 worksheet, we have a credit card number column, that is column J. And notice that the majority of that credit card number has been disguised with asterisks, so we can only see the last 4 digits. Now in the workbook that you're going to download in order to do this exercise, you're going to see the full credit card number listed in there. So the first thing I'd like you to do in both the Customers 1 and Customers 2 worksheets is create a little formula that's going to mask all of the credit card number aside from the last 4 digits. And once you have that formula working, I'd like you to copy it and just paste the values over the top because we don't really need the underlying formula from that point on. Now, once you've disguised that credit card number, I'd then like you to combine both of these data sets. Now, there are a couple of different methods you can use to do this. You could use formulas or you could use Power Query. Now, I don't mind which method you use. I'm going to be using formulas in my answer, but the method that you do choose will very much depend on your skill level, how confident you are with formulas or Power Query, but also the version of Excel that you're using. So if you're using Excel 365 or Excel 2021, you could use formulas or Power Query. If you're using a version of Excel that's older than that, you might find that you don't have access to some of the newer formulas, so you need to use Power Query to combine these datasets. I don't mind which method you use, it's entirely up to you. Now, once you have the datasets combined on the All Customers tab, they should look something like this. So we have a big long list and all of the credit card numbers are disguised. Now, one other thing to notice here is that on the All Customers tab, I'm not displaying all of the columns that we have in Customers 1 and Customers 2. So if you take a look in All Customers, the first column here is called First Name. Whereas if we go to either Customers 1 or Customers 2, the first column is Customer ID. Also notice in Customer List 1 and 2, we have a column for age. Now, I've excluded both the age column and the customer ID column from the dataset on the All Customers worksheet. And again, I've done this using formulas, but you could use Power Query to also do this. Now, once we have our refined dataset, we can jump across to our form and set up the formula. The formula will need to refer to the data on the All Customers worksheet, and the idea is to pull out of this worksheet anything that matches whatever we've typed in cell C6. I'd also like you to set this formula up so that if the agent types in the wrong last name or a customer calls that doesn't exist in our database, I want you to make sure that it says no customer in the table. I have my own solution to this problem that I happen to like very much. Can you figure out what it is? Download the exercise file and let me know if you have the answer before we release the solution video. And of course, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below to get notified.
Do you have what it takes to complete this challenge? To get started, click the link below to download all the files you need. Let us know how you're doing in the comments section. Or, even better, join the GoSkills Slack channel and chat with other Excel pros about your progress. Link in the description. If you'd like to know the solution to this challenge, hit that subscribe button and get notified when the next video drops with all the step-by-step instructions on how to solve it. Good luck, everybody!